Ito pa yung isa sa humahamon po kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Itong si Miss Lovely Granada. At dito nga, matutumbo kung bakit gusto niyang hamunin ng one-on-one debate. Ito pong si Vice President Sara Duterte. Ito, pakinggan po natin.
Recently, Lovely, you challenged Vice President Sara Duterte to a public debate. Tell us the context of that. Ano ba yung kwento doon?
Actually, so I've been making contents and I've been reacting to issues, right? So the DDS vloggers have been, telling me, oh, have a debate with me. They've been challenging me incessantly to have a debate with them, but I'm just... So, mag-isa lang ako. And then, marami sila. And, I have my job outside social media. So, I can't really, have a debate with them one by one. So, I said, okay, I'm gonna have Sara Duterte instead.
Kasi nga naman, ganito yung ganito yung pananaw ni Miss Lovely Granada. Kasi nga naman patulan niya yung mga DDS vlogger, bakit hindi niya tumbukin kung ano yung kahinaan ng mga vlogger na yon? Alam naman niya, or alam naman natin pare-parehas mga kababayan kung ano yung kahinaan ng mga DDS vlogger. Ang kahinaan ng mga yan ay mapahiya si Sara Duterte. Ngayon, kung papatulan si Miss Lovely Granada ni Sara Duterte at lalabas sa publiko na wala po talagang utak ang ating Vice President, ang galang yabang ng mga vlogger ni Sara.
Like, instead of you vloggers, I'm just gonna face VP Sara Duterte.
Tama.
Para isahan na lang.
Okay.
So, ayun.
Oh, well, that's a very straightforward approach, right? But are you expecting a response from the Vice President?
Well, hopefully, yeah, hopefully. Although in the past, she's got that reputation that she doesn't really attend debates. But it would be really nice if I could have, a conversation with her. But I don't know. I don't think she will.
What would that conversation look like, Lovely? What topics, what questions do you have for the Vice President?
Well, I've actually already said this in Billionario. I want to sit with her regarding the anti-political dynasty bill, her views, an honest assessment of.
May hirapan si Sara Duterte sagutin yan, lalo na't ang kanyang pamilya ay talagang maliwanag na political dynasty. Ano po sa Davao City, hawak nila ang Davao City mga kababayan at halos lahat ng o karamihan sa mga nakaupo po doon ay pamilya ng mga Duterte. Dekada na.
Her father's, our former president's drug war, and the direction, like if she becomes president, her broad direction about the Philippines, her governance, if ever.
Naku po.
Well, Lovely, some people say that it's quite difficult for political commentators, for political vloggers to be completely neutral. But where do you stand politically?
I love the Philippines, and a lot of people have known me to be pink, but I don't really want to be boxed inside a political color. Although I have to be very clear why I align myself with the pink movement. It's because I am very clear that being pink means you believe in transparency, accountability, and good governance, not just because you support Lenny. Because, there's a big difference between a Lenny supporter and a pink. Although many, of course, all pink support Lenny, but not all those who support Lenny are actually pink. This is what I see.
Tama.
Like, if you support Lenny, but you also support corrupt politicians, then maybe you're just a Lenny supporter. You're not really pink.
Okay.
So, and I say that, if you love the Philippines, of course, you would believe in transparency, accountability, and good governance. So my being pink is being pro-Philippines.
Pro-Philippines and pro-good governance. But Lovely, it's no secret. We do know that Mindanao is often associated as a stronghold of the Dutertes. How do people in your own community respond when they hear your views?
Most of them are angry, I guess. They're angry, they're hostile. They're uncomfortable, but I also receive a lot of, I've been flooded with lots of support from fellow Kabisayaan, fellow Bisaya. Kasi when I say Bisaya, kasi it's not just Cebuano It's...
ito patunay Hindi lahat ng mga Bisaya ay sumusuporta kay Sara Duterte.
it composes of other Bisaya na iba din yung language. May mga Hiligaynon, ganon. They've been flooding us with support. And may parang nakikita na nga akong movement ngayon na, you know, they're standing up and they're saying, Bisaya ko, pero dili maka Duterte. Because, you know, it's been quite a long time that we have this, kumbaga, may reputation yung Vismi na solid Duterte. But no, people are now standing up saying,
Nasaan yung mga didisit dyan na malimit mag-comment sa atin na lahat daw ng taga-Bisaya ay sumusuporta kay Duterte. Ito nga, isang patunay, diba? Na sinasabi dito mga kababayan na hindi lahat ng kabisayaan ay sumusuporta sa mga Duterte. O ano kayo ngayon? Apaya ba kayo? Eto pa, tuloy natin. At saka take note mga kababayan na hindi lahat ng taga Mindanao, taga Zamboanga, taga Davao City, sumusuporta po sa mga Duterte. Oo, yung iba sumusuporta pero hindi po lahat. Ano po, marami pa rin dyan ang tahimik na nakasuporta sa ating pamahalaan at nakasuporta sa susunod na magiging leader ng ating bansa na may magandang hangarin sa ating bansa. Ano po, at lalo na, hindi nila sinusuportahan yung mga China. Ano po, anyway, tuloy pa natin.
Bisaya ako, pero dili maka Duterte. Ganon.
Ayun
Yeah, so that's interesting. So you think there's room for political diversity in a region like Mindanao that, as we
Yes.
mentioned, is often associated as the bailiwick, no, the stronghold of the Duterte family.
Yes, I believe we are breaking the echo chambers. Marami actually ang silent, hindi lang nagsasalita because, you know, iba kasi kapag when you speak against the Dutertes, the people around you are very hostile, very aggressive. They would even, you know, attack you and even your family. And that's what's happening to me right now. Pero no, ang nakikita ko ngayon, the more that they're doing that, mas marami actually ang napupukaw. At mas nakikita nila na, ayun, oo nga, no, parang napaka-toxic ng grupong ito. Parang hindi kailangan mamayagpag itong mga ganitong klaseng tao.
Tama.
Well, you know, Lovely, in Philippine politics, people can be very loyal to a certain leader or to a certain group, ano? What's your take on that, and where do you think this level of loyalty comes from?
Well, I believe masyadong mahirap. It's really difficult to actually get rid or eliminate this personality politics. And, you know, when you are poor and when you do not really have access to education, just a little help, bigyan ka lang ng bigas, bigyan ka lang ng pangkain, yung loyalty nasa politiko na. So I really hope na we will progress more.
Ito yung masakit na katotohanan. Tama naman yung sinasabi niya, mga kababayan, na karamihan po talaga, lalo na kung titingnan nyo ito pagbasihan nyo. Diba, halimbawa, nagkali survey ka, kumausap ka ng isa, yung hindi updated talaga sa social media, at medyo may kaunting alam lang kay Duterte, mga kababayan. Pag tinanong mo kung susuportahan ba mga Duterte, diba, minsan sinasagot, oo. Pero pag tinanong mo, kung bakit mga kababayan at kung may nagawa ba ang mga Duterte, wala silang maisagot na nagawa ng mga Duterte at kung bakit nila susuportahan. Yan po yung masakit na katotohanan na kapag hindi po educated yung tao, kapag hindi updated, lalo na sa mga balita, talagang nalilinlang mga kababayan at madali pong mauto. At yan ang ginagawa ng mga Duterte, mga kababayan, ang utuin yung mga kababayang Pilipino po natin.
We will move forward as Filipino people on this, no? Na wag nating bigyan, wag natin, I will have to speak in Filipino para mas marami pong makarelate.
Go ahead.
Okay lang po ba, Miss Paui?
Yes, go ahead, Lovely.
So, ayun. Yeah, and so, wag natin isipin, I really want to encourage people na wag natin isipin na utang na loob natin sa mga politiko
Totoo.
yung tulong nila. That's actually the bare minimum. Yun ang talagang trabaho nila. And I believe ito nga, personality politics din, naniniwala ako na itong mga taong to may personal sila na connection sa mga politikong ito, and so they remain loyal kahit pa, you know, may mga balita challenging their accountability, challenging their reputation. Hindi sila, parang para sa kanila paninira yun eh. Pero ayun, sana ma-break natin yun kasi matagal na tayong baon, and when we remain in this situation, mahirap na umahon bilang bilang bansang Pilipinas.
Ayan sa tingin niya papalagang kaya to ni Sara Duterte ng debate, mga kababayan, kasi nakakahiya naman kung mananahimik po ang ating Vice President dito. Lalo na ang tapang-tapang niya noong mga nakaraang buwan, mga kababayan, at kung ano-ano mga paninira ang sinasabi niya sa ating pamahalaan, at binibrainwash niya pa yung mga kababayan Pilipino po natin abroad. Ngayon, ang tanong na nagtatanong itong isa nating kababayang Pilipino na si Miss Lovely Granada, sasagutin kaya ni Vice President Sara Duterte o magtatago na lang siya sa saya ng mga vlogger niya? Yan yung tanong, mga kababayan ha. Papatulang kaya ito ni Sara Duterte o magtatago na lang siya sa saya ng mga vlogger niya? Pero po sa inyong palagay, ano pong masasabi niyo, mga kababayan, hingil po dito? Comment below na lamang po kung ano po ang comment at opinion niyo po hingil po dito sa hamon ni Yusek Clark Castro at ni Miss Lovely Granada ng debate dito po kay Sara Duterte. Ano po, comment below na lamang po kung ano po masasabi nyo hingil po dyan.
Pegador, wala kang kawala. Pegador, kayo ay maganda. Pegador, galit sa masama. Pegador, ang sa inyo bebenga. Pegador, wala kang kawala. Pegador, kayo ay maganda. Pegador, galit sa masama. Pegador.